Hi, I'm Jamie High. I work for Lincoln County Schools at GE Massey Elementary, and this is me.
Beyond the numbers, scores, grades, and wins and losses, Lincoln County Schools desires to showcase real people, local families, real struggles, successes, and real stories that are part of our own untold story. This is a great place to work, learn, play, and grow, and we want our community to see the strength from our own. We are #LCS strong to the core. Jamie, you and your husband Devin have been experiencing life in a different way that some parents in Lincoln in this area haven't necessarily had to experience with a child with a genetic issue. Would you mind explaining to us the path that you and your husband have been on?
Sure. I had a pretty typical pregnancy. Colton was born in 2013, and throughout his infancy, early toddler years, we started noticing that he wasn't meeting milestones. He didn't sit up, crawl, or walk when he should have been. We went to all sorts of doctors. Nobody could give us any answers. He had an MRI done and everything was completely normal. So then they referred us to genetics. It took us about a year and a half because insurance doesn't pay for genetic testing. So Colton's pediatrician helped us to get the genetic testing covered. So then we decided to get the genetic testing done, and we found out that he has Fragile X syndrome. Which is a genetic disorder. I found out that I'm a carrier of, and that's pretty much how we found out about his diagnosis.
So describe what is Fragile X.
It's a genetic disorder that is actually the leading cause of autism in boys, they told us. Some of the characteristics include low muscle tone, which would be why he didn't meet his milestones, excessive eating, some of the other things, just autistic-like behaviors. He has a very hard time with communication. He's nonverbal. And it's just a lifelong disorder that he's going to have that causes some pretty significant delays in his cognitive and abilities.
So with you and Devin, you're experiencing a new normal, so to speak. And so what are some of the barriers that y'all had to overcome since you were able to be given this diagnosis and at least know how to go about adjusting your way of life?
Financially, it's been hard because insurance doesn't want to pay for a lot of the testing, a lot of the therapies that Colton needed or still needs. Actually, his daycare, Maryville, where he went to school till he was about 4 years old, they did a walk-a-thon for him to help raise money for his therapies, doctor's appointments, whatever we needed. Just support from colleagues at school, family, friends, and lots of prayer for our little boy. So,
have you and your family experienced a turning point since the diagnosis and since he's gotten older? How's life changed for y'all?
It's actually a whole lot better since we got the diagnosis. We kind of know how to deal with the whole situation. We've kind of learned a lot about Fragile X and what the future will hold for Colton. So we've just learned to accept it and move on with life.
And you and your husband have had a chance to also expand your family in different ways. Talk about that.
Yes, we, after Colton's diagnosis, we experienced some fertility issues and had several rounds of failed in vitro. I had an early miscarriage. So then after that, we decided that we wanted to be foster parents. So we went and took classes to be foster parents and were placed with 2 boys in November of 2018. And we've had those 2 boys since then, and we are in the process of adopting them.
Excellent. Excellent.
So,
what would you say, or what words of encouragement would you give to other parents that are walking your path with a child with a genetic disorder to help support them along their way?
just don't give up. We had no idea what was wrong. And we just kept fighting, and I kept telling the doctors, I know there's something's not right. We need to figure out what's going on, and just lots of prayer to help overcome everything. So,
how has the staff here at GE Massey helped you and your family along this path?
They're super supportive at GE Massey. We're just a big family. And so everybody was always encouraging me and asking, how's Colton? He also went to school here for Exceptional Children's Pre-K, so they would see him every day. So they've just been a big part of his life ever since he was born.
If you could tell them a message, once they see this video, what would you want them to know from you to them?
Just thank you for your support over the years. It's truly a wonderful place to work, and I know they love Colton and treat Colton like he's family, so we just appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. So. Thank you for letting me share a small part of my story. I'm proud to be part of #LCS Strong to the Core.